Welcome to Family Affairs, where we discuss issues pertaining to relationship, family life, and marriage as well. This is the maiden edition of Family Affairs. My name is BALAGBOGBO Janet, and we'll be discussing the topic dressing. We have guests in the studio to address this issue. They say dressing matters a lot. How you dress is how you will be addressed. We have guests in the studio to do justice to this topic. Before we continue, I'd like to take a short break. Don't go yet, we'll be back soon. Family, they say, is the bedrock of the society. It is everything. Everyone needs a house to live in, but a supportive family is what builds a happy and a successful home. It is Family Affairs on Malachi TV every Saturday by 7 p.m. Join BALAGBOGBO Janet as she takes you on an exclusive interview with guests, marriage counselors, doctors, and many more, where they get to share their experiences, and together we build the society at large. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, log on to Malachi TV or like our Facebook page, MLC TV. You can also follow us on Instagram at MLC TV 2021. For adverts and sponsorship, call the numbers displayed on your screen. It's Family Affairs, where we discuss family matters. Coming your way soon on MLC TV. Welcome back to the program Family Affairs. We have our guest in the studio, and here with me is Emmanuel Kant Atta. He's the founder of Kant Cares Foundation and one of the admin of the Singles and Married Forum. We also have Eliojo Iye Edogbo. She's also a fashion designer and an entrepreneur. So I welcome you all into the studio and in this segment of Family Affairs. All right, to proceed on our topic, dressing, they say how you dress is how you be addressed, and we'd like to hear from our guests, starting with Emmanuel. So when you say dressing, what's your definition of dressing?
I would say dressing is one's appearance. The way you appear, what you put on or come out, that's dressing.
Okay. All right, and you?
Dressing speaks you. It's an expression of your personality without you verbally telling people what you are.
Wow. Wow, dressing. So I would like to know, how has dressing affected the world today? You know, dressing itself, how has it affected the world?
Dressing.
Either in a positive light or in a negative light. Yes.
Dressing has had impact in our society today.
Okay.
Whether positively or negatively, like you said. Negatively, most of the social vices we see on the street, like for example rape and what have you, it's as a result of dressing. If you are dressed properly, nobody would abuse you. But if you are dressed indecently, then you'll be abused. So this is a negative aspect of one's dressing. And then, like she said, dressing speaks you. There are the kind of clothes you put on that when you come out, people know that this is who you are. Like a medical doctor, if I go to the hospital and I see the overall, I know that this is a medical doctor, this is a nurse, because they have their own dressing. And then dressing speaks about your profession. Dressing tells about your person.
All right. Okay. Okay. Proceeding to, or rather, let me proceed to Eliojo. When you say dressing, like he said, he mentioned something about dressing in terms of positive and negative light. So I would like to ask, can you differentiate between indecent and then modest dressing? When you say indecent dressing, what makes up an indecent dressing and as well modest dressing in your own definition?
Okay, a modest dressing covers your cleavages, your body, but an indecent dressing reveals those parts of your body that needs that term private. You know, there are some parts of the body that shouldn't be shown to people. If these parts are being exposed, it's definitely termed indecent.
Wow. Okay. And also, let me ask Emmanuel. You know, there's this popular saying, they say moderation. Moderation, I think, is also biblical. They say, let your moderation be known. So, and I'd like to know, when you talk about dressing, now when you talk about dressing and moderation, what do we actually mean by moderate dressing?
Moderate dressing.
Yes.
I'll pick a cue from what you just said. Like, when you are moderately dressed, it's like when you are covered, you cover the most important parts of your body. So I'll say, okay, this lady is moderately dressed because I see that she's decent. She are looking neat. It's not just wearing, it's not just covering your body. That you are dressed moderately. When you are dressed and you are neat, and then the color combination. Those people can just wear. You cannot wear green trouser, wear red shirt, wear blue tie, and you feel you have covered up. You are looking, but that's not moderate. That's not nice. It's not. Does not really paint a good picture. So when you are coming out looking good, well dressed, neatly dressed, I think that's a moderate dressing.
Okay, that's your own definition.
That's my own.
Okay. I think let's hear from Iliojo.
Okay, moderate dressing. There are some colors that don't go with some personalities and your skin tone. To me, when I'm dressing up, I consider my personality and my skin tone. Yes.
All right, she said something about skin tone. Okay, does that mean someone can be dark, for instance, and decide to just wear something dark and then everything is just looking somehow? So when you say skin tone, I would like to I want you to expatiate more on that. Because when you say skin tone.
Okay. If you're dark skinned, it's very okay for you to go on clothes that are mild, on colors that are mild, I mean, like white, lighter shades. When you're fair, like you're light skinned, you should go on darker shades of color. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Okay, to proceed on this topic, I'd like to go a step further and also to ask, I think I'll ask Emmanuel this question. And the question I would like to ask, there's this belief that, indecent dressing has led to so many things like, I wouldn't say it, I would like you to throw more light on that. You understand, has led to several cases of maybe immoral acts and rape and all of that. So I'd like you to throw more light on that. How can dressing cause things like that, like rape and so many other things?
Most times, let me even take the cue for, let me start from rape. Now, I won't say 100% of the cases of rape we have is as a result of dressing per se. But I'll say at least to a larger extent, 70% should be rape. Okay, I live around student environment. And there's sometimes I'll just sit in front of my house and I'll see some ladies walking past me. Me that I have a clear mind, I'll say, look at this lady's dressed. You can almost see everything she's putting on under. You can see the lines of everything. Those that do not even wear anything under, you can see. Now tell me, any person that is not, any guy that is not morally upright and sees a lady like this, what comes to mind? It's rape straight up. Most times I feel if you are well covered up, if you are well dressed and well covered up, it will be very difficult for someone to think about raping you or something like that. That's why I said rape is not 100%. It's not 100% on dressing, but the larger extent is dressing. When you are dressed indecent, when it's easy for a guy to just pull off and do what they want to do, then you have sent that message to the head already to want to do something evil to you or the rest. And then that indecent dressing, I think the ladies are, to me, I feel the ladies are more of the disadvantage, because even if a guy is sagging and stuff like that, he might not really have any negative impact on him per se, apart from people watching that, look at this guy, he's not well trained and stuff. Apart from that, but on the ladies, apart from the fact that people will watch them down with their man, like, look at this guy's dress, like people would want to go ahead and maybe rape them or do something else to them.
Okay, okay. Let me still ask you this. Because you were saying something about when you dress anyhow, and of course it can lead to rape. But don't you think the guys are the one causing it? I mean, why I'm saying this thing, I've had a situation whereby someone was saying, I cannot go out with someone who, doesn't apply makeup, doesn't fix her nails, doesn't make hair, you understand, and wear trousers. So I think...
me personally as a guy, I won't date a lady who doesn't do makeup, doesn't look good and stuff like that. Like what she said that time, I was also saying something like that. I said, when you are looking good, when you are dressed decent, when you are looking moderate, does not mean that you don't do makeup or stuff. Wearing skimpy skirts, you could do makeup and then still look good for me. as your boyfriend or your fiancé or something. But this lady, sometimes they don't even do the makeup. It's not the makeup that attracts these guys I want to rape. It's your dressing. I just cited an example. Imagine wearing a very skimpy skirt. I saw a lady the other day. Like, if this lady should bend down to pick her pen, she should bend down and pick her pen, you see everything under. She was not wearing anything. She was not wearing on this. Like, I saw all my friends, I was just analyzing these skirts. They were like, look at what these ladies are wearing. They did not even apply makeup. When guys are not attracted, those guys are not attracted to your makeup, but they feel I have easy access. This one doing wear short skirt. I just put the skirt now. I don't get easy access to this one. That's what comes to mind. Not really the makeup, the this and that. You can actually make up, wear trousers and look good, look decent. If you're wearing your trousers normally, look at your dress. You're wearing a trouser and a top, and you're looking good. Not do it. No guy instead of like, let me go and rip this one. But there's some dressing that just with one hand. The message I've passed is, man, guys just want to let's get down with this guy anyhow. You can.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. There's just so much to talk about on this topic, and we cannot finish all in one day. We're going to be having an episode or 2 of this series or this topic, dressing. And before we round up, I would like to, just go a bit, into your personal lives, if you don't mind. So I'd like to ask, maybe I'll start from you. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what actually attracted you to your man? Like, are you comfortable with his dress sense?
Yes, I am. He's a corporate person.
Okay.
He's a lawyer by profession. So
Okay.
that was one of the main things that attracted me to him, right?
Okay, so what's your ideal definition, of a man that dresses well?
Okay. It means you can go anywhere with him. I want to go out with someone who I'm proud of, not someone I correct every time. You have to go and follow this, or you can ask him to meet you somewhere and you're sure that he's going to represent.
Wow. It sounds funny before. I don't know why. It's like ladies generally, there's this security they have. I don't know if I'm actually saying your mind, there's this security they have that, once my man is well dressed, suit up and things like that. Yes. So there's just that confidence.
True.
All right, so let me ask Emmanuel, are you in a relationship?
Presently, yes.
Okay, so what actually attracted you to her? Are you satisfied with her kind of dressing? Because you've said so much, like you differentiated between skimpy dressing and all of that. So what's your ideal as in definition of dressing? As in what can attract you to a lady, or what attracted you to your partner? Let me put it
my
that way.
partner presently,
In her
she's
dressing.
not really dressing anyways. It's just her intellect that actually attracted me to her.
Oh,
Her
okay.
dress sense is not 100%. It's something that I'm still working on. Now, personally, as a man, a lady should know dressing that fits every occasion. I want to go for a wedding ceremony. I said, okay, babe, we're going for a wedding ceremony. And then you now wear jeans and shirts to follow me to a wedding, for crying out loud. You are dressed, you are moderate. You are looking moderate, you are covering everything. But that dressing does not suit this occasion. Now I want to go for clubbing on Friday, and then you're now wearing a skirt and blouse to follow me to party. I'm going to a club and I'm wearing skirt and blouse to follow me to. So many ladies should know how to dress for occasions. If you are going to church, you are going to church. This is what I can wear to church. There are dresses that are actually moderate, but you can't actually wear them to churches, Or I'm going for a wedding, like I said, or I'm going for a party, I'm going for a birthday party, or I have a function in my office. I want to invite you to follow me and tag along. There are dresses you should actually. So my current relationship, she's doing well in her dressing, but it's not 100%. That most times I have to tell her, okay, babe, this thing you are wearing, I think you should do this, I think you should do this. So you should put on this, put on that, stuff like that.
All right. Okay. We'd like you to, say a word of advice to, viewers out there. I believe there are a lot of people watching and they want to learn 1 or 2 things. Because, sorry, before you proceed, you were actually saying something about you're working on, your partner's dressing. And I believe there are so many out there who are also having the same, experience whereby I'm not comfortable with your kind of dressing. I need you to adjust and things like that. So I believe, they'll learn 1 or 2 things from what you have to tell them.
I feel in all ramification, not two perfect persons are joined together. No two perfect people come together. There must be imperfections. You are there to just correct one another. So if you are in a relationship and you see that this person is not really dressing the way I like, you like this guy is sound intellectually, but he's not dressing well. You have that role to play to make him better. You are in a relationship to make somebody better. So if he's dressing, like we're talking about dressing now, she's not dressing well. That I said, I'm working on her dressing. So tell her, babe, this thing you're wearing, this thing you're wearing. So next time when you're inviting her for such function, she will know, okay, the last time he corrected me on this, okay, let me put something like this. So we are just out to actually compliment and make others perfect. So even our dressing is what to compliment each other. We grow, we learn every day. Nobody is perfect. There was a day I was putting on a shirt. I went to class with a shirt and a tie. So like, Emmanuel, you don't wear this kind of tie on this kind of shirt. You should wear a plain tie on a striped shirt or a striped tie on a plain shirt. I was like, I never thought of this before. But since then, if I want to put on it, I was like, some person told me that. So since then, I was conscious about it. I was not in a relationship with her, but she taught me something that day. Wow. So how much more the person I'm dating or something like that. So.
Wow, there's a whole lot to learn from. Okay, before we round up, I'd like Iliojo to also, one of the things you said that actually got me so attracted, she said something about colors. So I would like you to advise the viewers, because there are a lot of people, seriously, when it comes to dressing, guys and ladies are guilty of this. You see someone wearing color riots, you wear white, you wear red, you wear blue, mix everything together. So I'd like you to advise, people out there on, briefly on the kind of color to match, let me just put it that way, than color riots when dressing.
Talking about color now, color combination is a very broad topic. If I'm to dwell on it, they will not live here. So I think it's something that can be improved upon. There are different types of, there's a chart for color combination. So it's something you can improve on it. You can just go to the internet and browse stuff like that. Like if you're fair, you go for darker color shade. If you're dark, and there are times and seasons where you can combine some color. Seasons do affect color combination. So these are things we should consider when choosing our colors.
Wow, thank you so much. She's a fashion designer, so what do you expect? All right, thank you so much for making our time to attend this maiden edition. And to our viewers out there, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLC Malachi TV, and also our Instagram page, MLC TV 2021. Stay tuned, same time, next week Saturday, 7 p.m. for another interesting episode on this topic and also on family affairs. Bye for now.